Hello, everyone. so, I haven't done this in a while. Getting ready to go somewhere tonight, so I decided to um, do my makeup, do a little makeup tutorial from the beginning, so you all can see exactly how I get down when I do my makeup. I try not to do too much, but I do like to have this put together, elevated look. I'm not wearing this. This is my little moo that I get dressed in so I can uh if I get like powder or something on it. But yeah, my face is clean, so we start from there at least. One of the keys to having clear skin like me is obviously washing it, but also making sure you don't touch your face dirt with dirty hands. I've washed my hands, but I do feel like I touched some other stuff. And I'm running out of hand sanitizer. I keep hand sanitizer by my bed, just in general, because I'm a germaphobe. So I'm gonna get a little bit out of this and then throw this away after this video and get some more. But I got a full bottle in the living room. I don't know why I didn't use it, but hand sanitize my hands before I touch my face. I don't touch my face with unclean hands at all, because that's how you break out. First things first, the base. I don't know if you can see this because my little camera. I use MAC Studio Fix Mattify 24-hour shine control. I'm an oily girl, so I gotta use that. I'm actually down to the wire on this too. I got another one, but I want to use everything in here. I don't use a whole bunch, but I use enough because I just feel like I want it to lather all over my face. Okay. I drag up. I try not to drag down. Several places that you drag down, like here and here, drag down, but up eyebrows and forehead. So that's all over my face. Again, I didn't use a whole bunch, but I did use enough. After doing that, the first step I take is I do my eyebrows. I like to use these pencils. This is a Kiss pencil. You can get this from your local hair store. Some stuff I use hair store wise, and some stuff I use like, professional wise for sure. There are some things like that I feel like you can save money on, like pencils, eyebrow pencils, lip pencils, all that kind of stuff. I'd save money on those type of things by going to the hair store. But as far as foundation, primer, stuff that is like all over my face, on my skin, I am definitely using quality products. So we'll see that as I keep going on this. But you brush your brows up a little bit. And I got a mirror off to the side here. So if you see me looking to the side, I'm looking in my mirror and not necessarily the camera. So I think I showed this to y'all in a video made about a year or so ago. I used the indent in my nose to show where I'm going to start my eyebrow. Dot. Right there. See that dot? Do the other indent. See if I can match it up to the other one. Dot. To me, it gives perfect spacing for, the eyebrows. So you don't have them too close together or too far apart. And as you can see, I really don't have hairy eyebrows. Like, I don't even get them waxed. I might pluck them every now and again to kind of clean them up, but I don't do anything but follow my natural arch. So, yeah. See, that's like the under. I'm going to do it over. Don't want them too thick, but also don't want them too thin. I'm not trying to look like 2001 eyebrows with them being super thin, but also don't want 2014 eyebrows super thick. Okay, see, I just outlined there. I'm doing the other one. And any outline mess up that I make, I generally can clean up with my concealer, and we'll do that next after I fill in my eyebrows. And I really can't talk and draw at the same time because this is like one of the critical times you want it to be. You could clean it up, but you want it to be as close to how you want it anyway. Okay, so you see now. What's funny is it looks like it's off on this camera, like one is here, one is, but it really isn't in person, which is crazy to me. Is it? See, it looks straight right now, but when I look dead on, it looks like it's off. I don't know. As long as I don't look off in person, okay? Because it doesn't. It doesn't look off in person. I think it might be my little. I don't know. Oh well, we're gonna color these in. Okay, so again, here's another hair store pencil, just sharpen. That's another thing. I don't use black. I try to go for dark. I want to say this one. What color is this one? I think it's medium dark. I believe this is medium dark in the Kiss pencil. And I know that this is black brown. So I don't like to go for a hard black. And I don't do that on my brows at least. I also don't try to line with a hard black unless I'm doing a cat eye. And we're just gonna fill it in just like we coloring if we were children. Color in a coloring book. Stay inside the lines. See? And we're gonna brush that out, ultimately so it can kind of give you hair like things. Mm. All right. Now you see how boxy these look? I'm really mad that it's looking like this is looking up higher than the other one. But I wish I could see this in my real mirror. Like this does not look like this in my real mirror. Okay. Anyway, go back to brush. I'm gonna get the camera off. Yeah, we are. We're gonna do this another day because I don't like that. Okay. Gonna brush through. Cause I like this whole fadeaway look, you see? Now we're gonna go back and fill it in with a lighter brush. Not brush, but a lighter pencil. But it just keeps it from being so boom. Like this is boxy. This is giving you more brow with like fading away, or at least starting to fade away. All right. See the fade away. And I gotta go buy another one of these pencils. Like, seriously. Oop. I have this little pencil and it's brown. I need to sharpen it. I should have my little trash can right here, but I don't. A little awkward not being at my vanity. But we gonna make it work. So I sharpened it a little bit, but this is a lighter brown, obviously, than the brown black that I used initially. This, I put this toward the front of the brow so it can kind of give the illusion of kind of an ombre, but it's a subtle ombre. Bam. So it's a subtle like ombre. Subtle ombre. So my brows are done. Hmm. Next, moving on to our concealer. I like to use Magic Concealer from Juvia's Place. This one is 16, J16. I definitely go lighter, obviously with concealer. If you have any introduction to makeup, you understand that concealer should be lighter. Oh, so now my brows don't look all off. They still look, I'm finna push through this video because I feel like the final look is gonna pull it all together. Um, Trust me, I know what I'm doing. It's just I'm not in my space. I'm usually doing my makeup. But hopefully you're getting a gist of it and you're getting some tips that when you are in your personal space, you're able to do it the way that it should be done. So again, I take a little dot and put it under the arch here and one in the front. Arch, front, mustache, chin, forehead, under eye. And I do still do the triangle look. I know that's like what 2014ish, but it still works for me. There's some people who talk about makeup trends and talk about, oh, you shouldn't do that anymore. If it still works for you and it still looks cute, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Okay, so I use one of these. It's a brow brush. Um, I'm supposed to use it on my actual brows, but I don't. I use the pencil. So I never really use this side for real, but I definitely use this side. You can see I didn't use the heck out of this pencil. I need to buy another one. But it's just the fact that the angle of this brush does what I need it to do when it comes to outlining my brows. It perfectly outlined the brows, gave it like a clean straight line on the other side. Another perfectly outlined pen. So then I just pull down the paint, per so to say. So the concealer is being pulled down and spread out over my eyelid to also give me a base. Went that a little thinner. This is a part of like correcting the brows. I try to also round out the edges because I don't like for it to be such a square. See, don't I look crazy? Okay, so now I'm going to take my sponge. I didn't use the heck out of this, but trust me, it's clean because I usually clean it in apple cider vinegar. I have a whole bunch of them. I clean my brushes and my sponge and apple cider vinegar. It helps kill the germs. I let it soak sometimes overnight, and let it eat that, and then I wash it with Dawn, to get out the smell and make sure all the coloring is out. But usually, if I soak it overnight in apple cider vinegar, usually the vinegar kind of eats at um, the makeup on the brushes and cleans it out. So, but yeah, as you can see, I have like a light side and a dark side. So I'm gonna continue to use my light side the way that I've been using it. I mean, like I said, I did clean this, uh, but a sponge stains, and it's about time for me to switch it. I just don't feel like it today, but it's clean. And if anybody try to act like, oh, she's doing it wrong because this is look at theirs. You see my skin before makeup. Look at their skin for makeup. Because sometimes people overuse products and use certain products instead of using natural stuff. And in some cases, using stuff that's natural, and I'm talking about I use apple cider vinegar, you know, to clean that. People use apple cider vinegar in their hair to clean their hair as a pre-wash before they wash their hair, because it can eat through the dirt and gunk. But that's a story for another day. Because as you can see, I like to wear sew-ins, and I do keep my sew-ins. I get my money's worth. So when it's time to take it out for real, and I do wash my hair obviously with the sew-in in it, but when you take it out, you get that good old wash where you can really go through it. And to get that good old wash, I like my hair to feel like it's starting back at zero. So now I'm just blending out the concealer, and it obviously makes me ghost like. But we're gonna put some foundation on top. Okay. Now, as far as foundation goes, I use Fenty. I love Fenty. I love that it oxidizes the way that it does. Um, I also like to use these little sponges. That's another way you keep your face clean, is washing your brushes and also using some disposable stuff. This is disposable, so I like to use these little triangles. You can get them from Dollar Tree. The cushy ones that I really like, actually, are sold at Publix. I haven't seen them nowhere else but Publix. But this is my Fenty foundation, 370. I use 370. It is it's pretty close to my natural color, and then it oxidizes. I like the fact that it oxidizes is because when it I'm a melanated girl, so when the seasons change, so does my skin tone. So this is the amount of foundation that I am using, and I'm gonna dot it in certain spaces. Dot, 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 dot. Okay, and we're gonna pat it onto my face. And I pat around the areas that I want to highlight. I'll fill that in later, but for the most part, my under eye I don't go there initially. I go there later. This is one of them times you can go down on your face. I go down on my nose. So that's bringing the color back to my face. Another reason why I like to use this is because it allows me to kind of go right along the line that I created with my brows. And please excuse my ashy hands. That's another way my face stays clear because I try not to mix the stuff that I put on my body with my face. So I'm put my lotion and stuff on after I do all of this. So y'all got to deal with the ash. And see, now I'm going to my under eye, but I'm just doing it after I'm pretty much spread all the other foundation around. And I'm not done with this foundation yet. I'm just trying to make sure I get into the crevices. Again, good time to use the sponge because of the angles. You can get as close as possible to the brow line that you created without messing up the brow. See? Okay, so now we're going to use the foundation brush and we're going to just brush it around. Kind of give you a little airbrush look after you done got it to the places that you need it to be. Let's see where I need to get closer here. My lips dry. I'm gonna take care of that. I actually like to keep my lips dry until after I line them because I like to be able to line them pretty good. So one tip I learned from watching Beyonce get her makeup done, because I love Beyonce, is doing the packing on the makeup in terms of not a whole bunch of layers per se, but doing liquid powder, liquid powder. So we're gonna do a powder. I have Juvia's Place. I don't know why I did like that. Juvia's Place foundation in Cameroon, and it is the powder. You see, I've been going through this. Um, get another one of my brushes over here. Put that on, and then when you do this, you just pack it, pack it. I'm gonna use my other brush that I was just using because that one feels like it was still a little wet. I just washed my brushes. Okay, so you pack it. That's why I like my other brush because it's kind of short and stout, like me. That I can pack it on my face, but this will work today. Okay, we're done with that. Now we're gonna go back to the eyes. I use Black Radiance Contour Palette. This I use for contour. Sometimes I use it for blush. I definitely use it for highlighter. It has 3 different things on here. This is obviously contour. This is what I use for blush. It says sculpt, and then this is the highlighter. I use this as eyeshadow. If I don't want to put a color on, I usually use the contour and kind of just, go in and do a little brown on the eye. I want to give myself like a little natural look. Try to go in the crease of my eye while it's open. And you can't really mess this up, to be honest, because it's not for it to be perfect. Then I just kind of drag it down now to the lid of the eye. You can't mess this up. And notice I didn't go back and grab no more. I just wanted to fade. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Mm. I hum to myself because I had to get it done. And give a little color dynamic there. Put this on pause. And I use this. This is a foundation brush. I actually use this for my contour. I know. People use different brushes for different things. I use my brushes, and you can see I got different kinds of brushes. I collected all kind of brush sets. I had an Ipsy account, and they would send me all kind of brushes, and then I would buy brushes when I see it on sale. So you're not gonna see the same brushes. And then some of them became my favorites. Now this brush allows me to get like the perfect angle. And this is why I like to use the contour because I feel like it reaches my little arches in my eyebrows, not eyebrows, but in my eyelids, and then I do the under. Try to get myself a little sharp chin there. Okay, now we're gonna go back to my little sponge. And we use the bottom. The bottom of my sponge is where I do my blending of my contour. And I try not to forget certain spots because I forgot to contour my head before. Well, not contour my head, but blend the contour on my forehead before. And I got so many pictures of being out with it like that. And I'm like, so nobody went. I went out by myself. So when I went out with some girls or nothing, you take yourself out. You take yourself out on a date. Guys coming out there talking to me and stuff, and I got that line on my forehead. Insane. But I guess they didn't know. Maybe they thought it was a new makeup trend. All right. So we got that done. I'm trying to make sure this don't look too dark right here. Okay. Now, if the contour looks too dark, like I feel like it looks a little dark up in here, I'm gonna just take my foundation and blur it out a little bit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now on to eyeliner. I'm gonna go back and use my brown, the brown black. I'm gonna outline the bottom of my eye. I know people say don't drag your eye down like that. I do not want to get nothing in my eye. I have my contacts in, and when I did that before, that was crazy trying to get a piece of pencil out your darn eye and your contact in there. Same pencil. This is when I line my lips. Because I'm going to put this pencil up. Like after this, I don't think I need to use pencil again. And I like the trend of overlining my lips. And when I say overlining, I'm saying like don't follow my bow. Just go straight across. Because it makes my lips look. Yeah, my lips dry as heck. And this is when I get to put my Carmex on. Yes, I put Carmex on. I put it on before I put my lip gloss on. Mm. Feels so much better. Okay, so now I'm going to uh put my eyeliner on. It's just a LA Colors. This is another hair store, dollar store find that I use. Most of my like I said, pencils and stuff like that, I get it from the hair store, dollar store. I'm not spending extra money for that. And I prefer the felt ones because it goes on so smooth. It's liquid, but it's felt, so hmm. Okay. So I got that going. The next thing I like to do is I will put on my Juvia's Place uh, Kalahari. It's a yellow powder, basically, kind of like the banana powder people would use. Putting that on, I'll shake it into the top. And this is part of the reason why I didn't put my outfit on because my outfit is black that I'm wearing tonight, and then I want all that on there. I'm gonna use the same sponge I used to put my foundation on. See, I'm using stuff. And it don't matter if you use the side that the foundation was on or not. I like to use the side that the foundation was on. Okay, and then I still bake a little bit. You know, people like they bake. I still bake a little bit. I do pat it in for the most part, but it's a little baking going on because I do have to brush out the excess. But this little thing allows me to get into the crevices and kind of control where it goes for real. And you can control where it goes too, but I don't claim to be an MUA. So I'm not a professional in this aspect. I'm an everyday woman who likes everyday makeup. And I like to be camera ready. I sweat too, like again, I'm oily, so I try to use all the tricks in the trade to stay from looking real greasy. So I pack that in there on my face. And I really wasn't gonna wear no makeup today. But I was like, you know what? Let me go and do this video. Kind of outline the little contour that I did put on. I'm not doing no harsh drag queen contour. And nothing wrong with the contour that the drag queens do. This just not that kind of night. This kind of laid back, natural type of night. Although I am gonna be missing RuPaul's Drag Race. A little drag race. Okay. So now I'm done with that. As you can see, I have access on. And I'm going to take my brush. Where's that brush? See my favorite little contour brush. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. Just brush it off. Forehead, it's like it already soaked it in, so I'm just gonna pat the rest of it in. Under my eye, brush. Combination of brush and pat. Combination of brush and pat. Get that at my. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Then we not done. We not done because I gotta put my blush on. I have been loving. Oh, this what I need to do. I have been loving this pink blush. I had went to Sephora to get my makeup done for my birthday, and my theme was pink. My birthday's in October. My mom passed of breast cancer, so my theme for my birthday every year is that everybody wears pink, whether we're going out, dinner, whatever we're doing. Everybody wear pink. So I went to get my face done, and I told her pink. I showed her my dress, and I was going for like diamonds are girl best friend kind of vibe, Marilyn Monroe, because I had the gloves and everything. And she introduced me to some pink blush. She did not. I didn't. I don't remember what kind it was, but to duplicate the look, I got this um, NYX NYX Professional Makeup Buttermilk Blush. Um, I love it. You can't do too much though because it is loud. It's very loud. Loud. See? Can't do too much. And then I drag it up. Dragging it up. I love this side part, but I can't seem to stay this keep this at my face this whole time. Do a little blush on the forehead a little bit. Just kind of round it out. But I don't put no new blush, don't dip and put it up there, but whatever the residual is. Residual. See? Told y'all I can get y'all a little look. Okay. Now that that's done, we I like to do a mole. But since I got my hair to the side, so the side that doesn't have hair, I do a mole. And I use the same liner. Um, my makeup setting spray. I've been using Sephora here lately. 16-hour wear, transfer proof. I mean, it's cool. Um, it's not my favorite, but I had a gift card for Sephora and I was trying to meet my minimum. It's not my favorite, but it will do. Whew. I'm gonna let that dry. I don't know where my fan at. I have to use my little book right here. Yeah, my little notebook. I have to do because I thought I had my fan out. I have a little cute little where them fans at fan. And the next step that I have after this is literally what do you call that? Mascara, and then I'll put some actual lip gloss on because remember I only have on Carmex. I don't do my mascara before I do the uh setting spray. And that's with good reason because I've done that before and then I blinked my eyes and then my setting spray has made my mascara melt onto my under eye and I'm like, ugh, and I gotta redo it. So no. It's time for me to get some more of this, but this is another Fenty product, my Fenty mascara. Now I will say this, I don't wear mascara often because it just depends on what I'm doing. Really, it really does. Because that's the one thing I hate taking off at night is the mascara. I feel like mascara take a while to take off because I gotta keep going over and over with the makeup wipe. to take it off. So there are some days that I'm just like, screw it, I'm not wearing no mascara. That's why I couldn't even remember what to call it. Okay, going back under the under eye a little bit after I put the mascara on. Okay, coming for that highlighter out of the Black Radiance palette. And what's funny is like I do the contour and stuff. It was really just one layer of foundation on my nose, which is why it was still kind of shiny. Because that's what what's the point of me even trying to cover it up in front of do this? What's the point? Now on to my lip gloss. I love the MAC gloss. I still got to get some more of this. The lip glass. I love it, love it, love it. It's my go-to girly. I got, my hair that's in my head was wrapped around the top of it. Ooh. Well, not but this hair still go naked hair. Lovely hair. It doesn't shed often, but any hair that you get is gonna end up in the brush. Brush end up on the counter, and it might end up on your stuff. It's time to get some more of this. All right. So here's the look. It's done. It's just a nice, simple, quick look. Um, it would have been quicker if I didn't explain every single thing. Also, my eyebrows, my little meltdown on my eyebrows was a bit much. But so far, here we go. This is the look. It's an everyday look, day, night. You can transfer it to being even subtle. It all depends on the eyes for real because everything else is pretty natural. The eyes is natural too, but I like a little dramatic eye because I have big eyes anyway, so I can do the thick layer, on the eye top and stuff like that. But again, underlining your eye with a brown black is not as harsh as doing black, so it doesn't look, but it kind of gives you a polished look. And again, I do love my little fake mole, so I'm not gonna get rid of that. But thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna try to push out more content on a regular basis, so you guys can see how I get ready and what I look like. Thank you and ciao.